we're not doing paintings today, we're doing cards. We're doing checking on the energy of the day. I'm out here at City Park in front of the infamous City Oak. So a lot of great background noise for you, ASMR. Wind chimes never play the same song twice. So it's kind of the energy of switching it up a little bit. Shifting your gear, shifting a focus, trying something new. We are in Aries season, which is the season of planting seeds, new beginnings. The conqueror, the explorer, the Fool card being the representation of Aries. And with Mars in Aries, there's a lot of fucking energy. You just gotta be careful not to get caught up in that energy of Mars being in Aries because of all that fire. You may be feeling it. I went to the course the other day and I didn't think I was gonna play that long, but I ended up playing so many games and I paid for it later. You know what I'm saying? Got all kinds of cuts and elbows and everything. So the day after I was kind of sore. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to be mindful of how you spend your energy at this time, because it may wear you out. So let's get the first card out, and then we'll do the bottom of the deck, and then we'll just run through it and see how it goes. Hope y'all doing all right out there. 1, 2, there it is. Well, there's the first card. It's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Out in the park, grounding. The red earth is grounding energy. It's evolution, synchronicity, navigation, and the matrix are the key words for this. Bottom of the deck. Red dragon. What I tell you about that fire energy? Look at all this red. This Mars energy in Aries. It's up, like it's all the way up. It's on 1,000 right now. I'm probably feeling it. What's going on, everybody? Hello, 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 hello. And what I was talking about, the new beginnings. The red dragon is the first archetype of the Mayan calendar system. And appreciate it, thank you. And this, again, you see the egg, the dragon coming out, new beginnings, Kundalini energy, activation. This means like things are, it's, speaking from my own experience, you're going to start to see and experience things that are a little bit extra. It really depends on where it is in your chart. But these new beginnings could be the beginnings of anything. A new endeavor, business-wise, a new relationship, you know what I'm saying? A new you, a new attitude, a new adventure. But during this time, because there's so much energy in the air, it's important that you ground yourself. Take your shoes off, get in the park, get around these trees, get around all nature, and let it settle the energy for you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it helps to spread that energy out for you so you don't feel so overwhelmed by it at this time. Okay? So all this fire again, and this is about also nurturing yourself at a time. Like what I said before, after all that workout and everything, you got to take time. Whatever it is that you do, you got to take a little time to recharge your battery. This is a really great time to start a new workout regime. You know what I'm saying? But on top of workout regime, you also got to figure out a regime of how to restore your body after the workouts. You know what I mean? So it's twofold. You know what I mean? It's not just you work out and everything. It's what are you going to do afterwards? One of those things you do is, maybe you soak your feet, do an Epsom salt bath with some green alcohol. You got to do something to balance out your energy in the new endeavor. So if it's all work and no play, then you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. All right, let's get to. I only brought one deck today. I didn't think I was gonna be out here like that. If you want a card, I'll pull a card for you in the chat. All you gotta do is put your thumb up. because we're not going to be out here long, but I'll read a card for you if you want a card for the day. Let's clarify this red earth. And we have the blue hand. It's all these Mayan calendar archetypes popping out today. But the blue hand, this is in line with everything. This is like manicure energy. This is massage energy. This is Reiki energy. You know what I'm saying? But this also speaks to a knowing. If you've ever practiced Reiki, you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had it done on you, you might know what I'm talking about. It's a very intuitive kind of art. It's just a knowing, you know what I'm saying? Without being able to see into somebody's body, you know where to put the energy at, kind of thing. Again, it's just reiterating the same message, knowing where to put your energy at this time, because there's so much of it. You kind of self-implode, you know what I mean? The laughing goals, I love them. You know, shit like that reminds me to lighten up. You know what I'm saying? Probably why they talking to me. But the blue hand. And this also has to do with healing, again. So this is also a great time. What was Chiron? I think it was Aries. But it's a good time to start healing things in your life as well as you go on this new journey. You don't want to bring any of the past with you, which is why the grounding and the healing is here. Just sitting on earth. Better example, when I go to yoga class, people always ask me why I don't use a mat. And that's simple, because the chakras in the hands and the feet touching the earth is far more of an experience than you being disconnected on the mat. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know where that practice is, came about, but for me, it's just common sense. You know what I mean? You're putting your hands and your palms on the earth. You're becoming a one with it. You know what I'm saying? You're being a conduit. You get so much more out of that yoga practice than being associated with the earth, the grounding, because of that foam mat. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishments. Take account of what got you here to this point. Every little step, every small victory that you have, this is going to help, because this is Aries energy again. We're talking about confidence. We're talking about the self, really building your self-esteem up, really building your confidence up to take on new adventures, to take on a new, if you've been doing something for so long, if you've been experiencing a certain cycle for so long, you get used to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're expecting bullshit. You're expecting people to disappoint you, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to blesses, who's that? KJ, what's going on? It's a little glare. I can barely see y'all. But anyway, just to acknowledge y'all, thanks for stopping in. That the accomplishments, and it's funny because I still got some in my bag that I forgot I had. I was showing the kids. The 3 books that I illustrated for the Children's Foundation. And I keep these with me as a reminder, real small, and it's just good for business, to have it around and all that. But every little thing that you can think of that you accomplished, whether it was getting a new house, a new car, and a new addition to your family, anything that really has value for you, in your lifetime. If you just got a degree, if you graduated some kind of program, if you kicked a bad habit, all these little things now are coming into play for you to what's your name, bruh? Is that my man from I think I know who that is. I ain't good with screen names on this thing. But what's up to you? So let's get one on this this red dragon, about the new beginnings and what the energy is got in store for us. And remember, you don't have to take any advice but your own. This is your own discernment. When I talk about energy flowing in a certain direction, it's a current. And how you ride it is totally up to you. You know what I'm saying? Do what's best for you. Alright, and then we're going to get the closer on the bottom. Tantra, again, more about circulating energy, especially since we're in Aries fertile season. Y'all better watch it out there. Wrap it up if you ain't trying to put nothing in this world that you ain't ready to take care of in all aspects and manners. But this is a very sexual energy. Sexual energy is the strongest force in the universe. This is the yin and the yang coming together. This is the sperm and the egg. This is male and female. You know what I'm saying? So this is more about the cultivation of that energy. You know, if you've ever practiced or read anything on Tantra, it's not about the release. It's about the build-up. It's about the process of coming together in a very holistic way. You know, this is the semen retention. This is, you know, all those little tips and tricks that they give you to make intimacy more intimate. You know what I mean? You're not in it for just for the nut. You know what I'm saying? You're not in it for the result of it. You're in it for the journey. And as you walk through the journey, you learn to take your time. You learn to explore. Aries energy again. So this could be a lot of energy around you, you know, rediscovering that about yourself. You know what I'm saying? The energy that you possess, and seeing how important it is to make sure you share that with the right people. You know what I'm saying? Having a bit of a discernment. And these past events, cycles, should have taught us that by now. You know what I mean? Who we link up with and who we don't. Who's good for our energy and who's not. And vice versa. You know, you gotta really, it's not about pointing the finger. It's about really being honest with where you're at. You know what I mean? If you're not ready for a relationship, then you're not. And that's fine. You still have some of this blue hand healing to do. Maybe some more grounding. Maybe your new beginning is you just finally not looking for a relationship and being by yourself. Aries energy again, being with the self. You know what I'm saying? So it works in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people, depending on where you are on your journey. You know what I'm saying? There is no right and wrong with this. It's about going with the feeling and the energy flow. You know what I'm saying? So it's about really, and it's kind of, it's weird. You got to take your time, but it's so much energy and it's so quick. It's moving fast. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bit of, you got to really check yourself. And speaking of the heart, at the center of all this new beginning and grounding is the Queen of Cups, which is a maternal, again, a nurturing energy. It's time to really change the way you love yourself and others, and the way you nurture the things that you bring about into this world. So if it's a new idea, if it's a child, if anything else, you know, this is your chance to change the dynamics of how you were raised and starting instilling that new kind of energy into your legacy moving forward. This is putting your heart into everything that you do as well, because we're talking about the internal, because we're dealing with the feminine energy here. We're talking about internal energy. So this is not something just because you're a guy or whatever. No, this is internal. This is what comes out of you. Everything that you do at this time should come from a heart-centered place. If you're not feeling it, if you don't love doing it, then it's time for a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? If that relationship is stale, either you're injecting something new into it or you're moving on. You know what I mean? But you got to be mindful about how you close doors at this time. How you close doors, because it can go a couple of different ways. You might have doors that are closed right now, or situations you're leaving because of injustice or something like that. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you don't carry that anger into the next one with you. You know what I'm saying? It's alright to have a little chip on your shoulder, whatever. I'm not saying that. You can't have your edginess about you. But the thing that you want to really be mindful of is that it's not affecting your new beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you have something you need to say it. If you're being led to not say anything, don't say anything. But don't engage with that old energy. You know what I'm saying? Don't engage in the old way of doing things. If you're a crash out, it's time to retire. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if you've been calm your whole life, maybe it's time for you to get a good crash out in that Aries energy. You know what I mean? Just don't go to jail over no shit is what I'm saying. Use the fire to your advantage now. And keep it practical and keep it simple. The fire is simply your passion. What gets you up in the morning, what gets you going. Purification happens with fire. You know what I'm saying? And beware of distractions as this is, you know what I mean? Noises motherfuckers want to sit next to you while you're doing a fucking reading and just be, you know what I mean? Pick your battles right now. Aries energy is the warrior in you. You know what I'm saying? It is the pioneer in you. You will be going into new strange territories, taking on new endeavors, new relationships, new experiences. So enjoy the ride is really what I'm saying. Don't be in such a rush to get to the result of it. Enjoy the ride. That's where the patience comes in. But know that everything is moving fast. So whatever wave you want to jump on, you know what I'm saying? It's going to move you. But as you start to move in there, also think about the downtime of that, on how you recharge and how you replenish yourself, because it could just, you know what I mean, it could burn you out really quick if you're not careful. All right. Let's say all right. Real quick, I got 2 slots. If anybody want cards, I got 4 people in the building. The first 2 people with a thumbs up, whatever, I'll pull a card for you, and then we could be done with the message of the day. Because now everybody want to bring their ass over here. There's nobody over here until I turn on this camera. But it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So just remember your heart space. And if you're not quite sure what that is, now's the time to get into that. Really focus on yourself, your needs and your wants. Good example. If I couldn't draw, if I wasn't a martial artist, if I didn't have all these things that I do day to day, you know what I'm saying? Who would I be? How would I relate to people? You understand what I'm saying? Who am I at the core of all that? You know what I mean? These are just extensions of self. So think about that. You know what I'm saying? The extensions of you are not the full you. Aries is telling you to get back in contact with the fullness of you. When we got Venus and Taurus, which is a great time to get a new wardrobe, get a new diet, all those Taurian things, you know what I'm saying? Good time to move, find a new place that really nurtures who you are around people who are like that, you know what I'm saying? Right. I got one me. I don't know what that is. What is it? What is that symbol? Maybe it's just because I don't got no iPhone. All right, Coral Dragon. That's what I got for you, KJ. This is simple, especially if you've been in Louisiana. You know those caterpillars that come out this time of year? They fall out the trees on motherfuckers' necks and everything. And their whole body is lined with stingers, right? All right, I got you. I got you next. Shit. And they crawl everywhere. They was on the doors, they was on my door, they was in my chair, outside and everything. But if you touch them, that's your ass. Like, they put these little barbs that'll just sting the hell out of your hand. It's a defense mechanism. They don't mean nothing by it, but that's what this is. It's like being who you are authentically. There is a natural protection to you where people don't touch you. That's the essence of the coral dragon. This dragon has no fangs, it doesn't breathe fire, it doesn't have claws and nails and shit like that. But the colors are warning signs for predators to stay away from your ass. You feel what I'm saying? Being who you, and that's the thing, goes back to the heart. It doesn't work if you're not being true to yourself. Then you find yourself open to all kinds of predators. But if you are acting in your gentle nature right about now, you know what I'm saying, taking it easy on yourself, not causing no troubles, whatever, you're fine. Going about your business, you're fine. You know what I mean? There's a natural aura or protection that comes around you when you are naturally yourself. It becomes a deterrent. And that is also part of what's going on with you, because this is a healing journey for you. So that protection is there to help you, to give you space to explore. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit of that shadow side, coming to terms with who you are. You feel what I'm saying? As you start to evolve a little bit more, all right? Let's see, show, right. Fucking tourist. That's what you get, motherfucker. He was buzzing his ass. And that's the thing about New Orleans. If you visit here on some culture vulture shit, New Orleans gonna turn you out. It don't like that shit. You're here for that Scorpio transformational energy. When you come to New Orleans, it's a chance for you to die and be reborn without dying. You understand what I'm saying? I can attest to this. It will make sure that you find the answers that you need, because it's about things that are hidden. There's about 1 million souls walking around here that you can't see. I'm telling you, you know. And depending on where you are, we'll let you know where you can get in. You know what I'm saying? They'll find you, but you come here to leave a piece of yourself behind, and offer up something, offer a piece of yourself. You know, that's where the transformation is. That's why New Orleans is such a powerful place. And it doesn't matter what religion you're from, what culture you're from, because it's all here in the gumbo, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the people that's just like, there's an experience that you can take with you forever if you do it right. It'll stay with you forever and you will grow from it. But if you come here just taking pictures and all this other shit, like, you got people who will take pictures of your artwork and not tag you and not even ask your name and all that. Those motherfuckers, New Orleans don't like you. New Orleans don't like you. It will let you know. The Judgment card. This is for Shawnee. Am I pronouncing that right? You're welcome, man. The Judgment card is an awakening for you. And what a time. Aries season. Something about yourself that you're coming into a realization about. Maybe it's a gift or a talent. Maybe it's a value system about yourself you never saw before until certain events started to come together and you started to see results. Let's take a look at the card on the bottom to clarify it just a little bit more. This is Fancy's deck. This is my own deck, by the way. You can order these. All you got to do is email me to 45 right now, even for the big ones. I'm letting the rest of these go. Blue Eagle. Yo, the Mayan calendar is talking today. And the Mayan calendar is about natural time. That's what I'm on right now. This is natural time. There is no clock out here. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing that tells a flower when to bloom. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that'll be like 3, 2, 1. There it is. Letting things happen in its natural time. For you, you got the Blue Eagle, which is about vision, first and foremost, in the mind, an awakening. Poof, something may be blowing your mind right about now, taking you to another dimension, taking you to another height, changing your perspective, getting a higher, seeing things not so personal, but seeing how it all interplays with each other. You know what I'm saying? How you fit into the collective, getting a new perspective. But this is also about creativity now. Your creativity. The ability of the mind to create. This goes into like manifestation. And I don't know how long you've been on that kind of a journey or that kind of tip, but it's here. Whether this is telling you to revisit it or you've discovered it kind of thing, there's an awakening. It comes from knowing the past. Not only your past in this lifetime, but your ancestors, where you come from, your lineage, and how it's brought to the forth, right? So here's the perfect example of creativity. Back in the day, this is how the Egyptians wore they shit, right? But now we're in a new day. We're not walking around like that. So what does that look like maybe as an attire? Is an example I would use. You use your mind to bridge past and the future, so to speak, into the present to create something new for yourself. Visions also come with dreams. You know what I'm saying? It can also come through dreams, but this is more of the waking world. This is more of the waking world. Another great thing for you to study is the eye itself, about the crystals inside of the eye and how the eye really works. You know what I'm saying? This isn't just a physical sight. This is when you close your eyes and you can see anywhere you've already been. You know what I'm saying? That's the past. That's accessing the catalog that you already have. And then using that to shape the future. It's kind of like doing a collage in a way. You know what I'm saying? Take a little bit of that, take a little bit of that, put it all together with a little new spin on it, and bam. That's how this kind of energy works. So the Judgment. And on a lesser note with that Judgment card is every day we make judgments, judgment calls. You know what they say in the Bible, that he without sin cast the first stone or some shit like that, right? It's about looking beyond the appearance of things as well, as both an attribute that you can use to your benefit or an attribute that helps you steer clear of what looks like glitter on the outside, gold on the outside. You understand? So this again goes back to the other reading for both of y'all, about being patient in circumstances. Because when you're patient and you have that clarity of mind and then you jump on the wave, oh, that motherfucker's going to shoot you out the cannon. You know what I'm saying? And you'll go in a direction that's meant for you. Feel me? All right, I'll do one more. Somebody said they wanted one. Who said me too? And what does that say? Secret shadow work that I have to do? Much appreciated. Hey, right. I thought I saw somebody. Oh, me, Ronnie. Rob, you want something? What you gonna call it? Seeker, did you want a card? Because we could talk about that. Because that's a very specific one. That sounds like a very specific question. If you want a one-on-one reading, it's going to be in the description box. It's on the channel, everything else. So all you got to do is get in contact with me. If you want a simple one, we do a simple one. If you want an advanced reading, I do all the systems that I can, and I give you a whole lot of homework. Research on yourself. It's really fun, especially if you're in that mode of rediscovering yourself. You're welcome. Just keep doing what you're doing. But like I said, with that vision in that eye, it's a very creative time for you. You know, very creative. It's not for the gram. You understand what I'm saying? It's not for the validation of others. It's really for you. It's for something that feeds your soul, that you don't need anything outside of you to nourish. And as I say this, man, there's like all kinds of shit dropping out the sky. Tree barks and everything falling. A career reading, that sounds a little bit more let me get Ronnie, if they're still here. Ronnie Rob is how I'm reading it. Ronnie Rob, if you're still here, give me a thumbs up or a little whatever over there so I know you are still in the building. And then Sika, I'll get with you. Alright, let's get you real quick. Also, and this is just in general, if you find yourself in a collective chat like this, what I find is a lot of people are brought together for a similar reason in some sorts. So even that judgment card from the last reading may apply to you. You may have an awakening. You know, don't just look at what I'm reading for you. Look at what I'm saying about everybody, because there still might be a nugget in there for you. You know what I'm saying? It could just be one word, sentence, or phrase. Wish I knew my people's gonna be out here like this. I would have bought all that bread I had. Those laughing goals, man, they something else. And you don't throw them on the ground with them. You throw them in the air. They'll come by you and just swoop that shit out the sky. All right, Roddy, let's see what you got. Oh, well, you got what we had in the beginning. So if you've been here in the beginning with the message about the new beginnings, you got part of what you need already. You're in a phase of something being birthed. Whatever that is, something new is being birthed, whether you feel it or not. The thing I want to remind you about this giving birth, things like new beginnings, is giving birth is painful. It's pretty painful. You think about the labor pains women go through. You know what I'm saying? If you're in that phase, you know you're close to a new beginning. Pain of any kind, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you're addressing it is what brings about the new beginning. When you're really real with yourself about what you want and what you don't want moving into that next phase. That's a little bit of extra for you, okay? And that's why I love collective readings, and we do this in the chat like this, because it seems to all come together like that. And on the bottom of the deck, yeah, something's dying. You got Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte. Now, this particular, if you don't know anything about Santa Muerte, she is like the ride or die deity that you would want on your side. You know them cartels down in Mexico be blowing motherfuckers up and shit, they rock with her. She's like the Lady Death, right? But even the simple folk rock with her because she's really non-biased. She's really about the balance of things, but she brings the ending. If you look close here, she has the cigar in one hand, and in this hand she's got liquor. She's pouring out like libations. She's honoring the ancestry right here. There are readers who could read using the smoke, you know what I'm saying? And the alcohol has always been the spirits, you know, giving of the alcohol and the spirits. So this could be a message for you to also research your ancestry. Get it back in contact with those in your bloodline. And they don't have to be here. You know, that's why they have altars. You create an altar, which is almost like a bridge. All subconscious. If you're really good, you can skip that whole process and just start the rapport. I'm telling you. All right. I'm just giving you the play-by-play. If you've never done it before, altar is great because then that sparks your creativity. You'll start noticing things in life more that are relatable to that altar of yours that you'll start to see in your world. This is how you'll find your breadcrumbs. At the same time, for every new beginning, there is a death. So letting something go and honoring that. And what do I mean by that? The caterpillars that I was talking about earlier. When it becomes a butterfly, it still honors that part of the path. You understand? Regardless of how tough it was. Because you gotta remember, you're crawling around here in the caterpillar stage, right? And then you turn into this butterfly. You can go anywhere you want. You can float. You can do all that extra shit. You're another level above. But don't think you can't get got in that butterfly stage. You know what I'm saying? I done seen many on the side of the road because they got hit by cars, right? So you still have work to do, even though you get here. So nurturing that, what does that look like beyond the death? If you're still in it, this is what it's asking you to do. Don't engage with the old shit. Just acknowledge it. And what is the change that's going to have to be implemented within yourself in order to bring this new energy about? It feels like a lot of hands-on work for you. You feel me? But with Aries energy, you're really going to love what you find about yourself, and maybe different gifts, maybe a new endeavor. Something is really going to, you know, get you out of bed. And this is where that transformation takes place. This is where that connectivity gets stronger, especially when there's pain involved. You know what I'm saying? Those growing pains, those labor pains. That's when, I tell you, when folks kind of like leave your life for whatever reason, no judgment here. You know what I'm saying? And you find yourself almost in solitude, hermit mode, if you will. Your connection, if you allow it, gets stronger with the unseen, with the divine, with your spirit guides. There's no one else but yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So you get to really strengthen that moving forward. Okay. So it makes sense here. And that's what really jumped out, was the honoring of what's passed over, but also remembering that now it is a part of you regardless. They don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. They go to another, they become the butterfly just as much as the caterpillar. You know what I'm saying? They're still on their journey. It's just not like ours right now. So it's that kind of realization that it's never really truly over. The thing that changes is the language. It's the language. Instead of you having that one-on-one conversation in the physical, now the language is changing. You know what I'm saying? It's more symbolic. So you think about maybe what was your father's favorite drink. You put that on the altar. If they like to smoke, you know what I mean? You put a cigarette on the altar. If there was a certain meal that you enjoyed, you make an extra plate and you put it on the altar, and then you have that time and space like you did when you was in the physical. And that's where the mind-blowing shit happens, because you're going to get answers from these people that cross over. You're going to get that communication. It's just the language is going to be different. For my grandmother, she started coming as robins, because robins are springtime Aries animals, and she was an Aries. She was born on the 13th. So this is how I knew my grandmother was around. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're looking for now, is how did the language between the relationships change, and how do I strengthen that? You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that you don't take your time to grieve. Let that process happen naturally. Cry your eyes out if you got to, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do just to get it out of your system. You know what I'm saying? So you're not holding yourself up, missing opportunities. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, you donate. This is free. This I rarely do these free shits right here, but I felt the need to do it today, and I'm glad I did. Seeing a lot of the what's going on in your lives. It's a very important time because you can go backwards and you can go forwards very easily right now. So I want y'all to stay mindful. My dad and grandmother around those birds in the backyard before he letting me know you can shoot. They're gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you. They're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know. And what this does, I was really analyzing things again. We were taught a certain way growing up that necessarily wasn't the truth about things. So we had to rediscover what the truth was for ourselves, right? Being in this world but not of it is really what came up for me. And I sat there on that for a while of what that really means for me now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, what's apparent is not all that there is. There's such a worlds to explore. You know what I'm saying? Contacts that can be made with things that do not necessarily line up with our culture of capitalism, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? 27 years married, and he stays here 3 nights of family week. Care of my dad. Okay. Red and the color of the cards. Yeah, the red came out a lot, like I said. And this goes back to just root chakra energy. You know what I'm saying? Father, mother thing. So if you have those kind of issues, now's the time to clear that up. Even if they're not here. You know what I'm saying? Even after I found my father and he was already passed on about 5 years, right? I still put his picture up, and I still gave him his props for helping me get here to do what I gotta do. At the end of the day, I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Whether the dynamics between him and my mom was, after growing up with her, I can understand some of that shit, but I also know that he had some shit. I also know that I got some shit. So there's a bit of forgiveness that happens there. You know what I'm saying? But this is not saying that you go back to people who are abusive in the first place. That's just a side note, right? Let me get, I'll do a couple more since y'all still in here. I thought I was going to get Sika, if I'm pronouncing that right. You're talking about jobs. But that's awakening. A lot of spiritual circles, they say when your ancestors, when your people pass on, they live inside you. You are actually the altar. You know what I mean? My mom was great at that. We would be in places like, it had to do with the environment. She was raised in that religious background, but we went to my Aunt Cece's in Jersey for a backyard party. Her backyard parties were famous. Like, not only the food and people, but they had the drummers there. And the drummers got it sweating up in that garage, and they was killing them drums. And it must have did something, because my mother, who has never picked up a tarot card in her life, was giving people palm readings in the middle of the fucking picnic. Accurate as fuck, because she comes from the same line. My grandmother, me, myself, like we all had that potential to tap into. Giving motherfuckers palm readings and speaking, and not in tongues, but in accents. She'll go from a regular up north to this deep, real down south. There's certain ways you pronounce words and accents that you can't really mimic unless you grew up there. That kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? It's my dad, 2 is mine. Got it. That's what's up. So the other person wasn't in the room, Sika, about the reading for the career thing you were talking about. If you're in here, you gotta let me know. If not, I'm gonna move on.
How you doing?
I'm being. That's what I mean about the language. We're so conditioned to respond a certain way. When somebody asks, do I have a light? It's just not the kind you're looking for. No, I don't. But I still have a light. You got to really watch your words. And I say that because a homeless guy taught me that lesson. It was one of the most insightful lessons I ever got in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say about the appearance. You can't judge by the cover. People are going to deliver things to you, and it might not be packaged the way you think it should be, right? So you got to be mindful. When he walked by and said, "How are you doing?" I'm not a human doing. I'm a human being. Be in the moment with this shit, y'all. Anybody else want one before we clear this thing out? Yeah, everybody good? Is that a yes sir that you want some, or is that a yes sir you're clear? Okay, well I'll get you Juanita. And Steven, if you want one, just say you do or not, or send a little 100 or something over there, and I'll get you right after, all right? I'm not gonna turn nobody away to that. If you in here, you good. I'm gonna take care of you. And if you don't mind, after the video, just a word or two in the comments, about what you feel and what you got for the reading. I appreciate that. Sometimes that's better than a donation. You feel what I'm saying? That could be the way you donate to the channel. It's just a little couple of nice words about what was spoken about. You know what I mean? All right, Steve, I got you right after this. I'm only doing 2 cards. If you want a regular whole all-out reading, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Just get with me. We can do it just like this, one-on-one, or I can do the recordings for you and send it to your phone or your email. It's up to you. And if you want to learn about yourself in the Mayan calendar sense, in the Destiny card sense, or you want some extra astrology, we can throw that in there as well. Just make your intentions known in the email. You feel me? All right, Juanita, you got the blue hand as well. And you got the moon. Interesting. Interesting. What do you do with your hands, Juanita? I'm going to pull yours, Steve, right now, but I want to give Juanita a chance to answer the question, because how you answer that is really how this reading is going to go. You do something with your hands, Juanita? Okay. Let me just see what Steven's looking like real quick. Whoo, boy. Oh, you're interested. Wait till we get there. I wanted that to sit. So let's reset the room. Aries season, about the self. Whole lot of energy because Mars is in Aries right now. You don't want to burn out. You want to take your time and make sure that what you're aiming for is what you want. Then you jump on the wave. Think about how your downtime as well. That's like if you do hard workouts, you're going to need some time where you give the body a break. Go get a spa day or something like that. There's healing in the writing for yourself and those involved. I'm not sure if you're aware of that because of the moon. The moon is about things that are hidden. This is of course, a feminine energy. This is something within. This talks about things that are not apparent, that need some discovery, that are kind of in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's also your lick back. Okay. I really want more to this story. Give me one more, y'all. Let me see. What is that? Oh, okay. I'm not sure how aware you are of the power of what it is that you do, but there's more to it than what you've already perceived. Now, what you said really made more sense to this because you said you write music, right? When you write for yourself, you write for others. Speak for the unspoken. There's healing in the message. There's a knowing that comes about when you get in your zone. Things being revealed as you write. This is like you can't talk about being a black belt unless you take the journey from a white belt to the red belt. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be in the mix to do it. The environment is very important for you. Kind of like this place. It's grounded energy, beautiful sunlight, and I got free wind chimes playing. If I want to draw and sketch people, I got free models everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? The environment. But there's more to be revealed. And I am going to pull the card that kind of jumped out, which is my card. This is what I am, a yellow human. But this is about that downtime. Also knowing the influence, putting the wisdom in your work as well. Whatever you've been through on your journey really adds up as a message. But as you can see here, and you know, yellow human, you see this, you see the resemblance now, me and the tree, sitting on the tree, you know what I'm saying? This is where you channel. That's why I come here, because this is where I get quiet. This is where I hear a different message, because wind chimes never play the same song twice, right? You're always going to get something different. This is more about you, you know, being spontaneous with it as well. Aries energy, and really directing that. So your focus, your subject matter, you know, your genre, whatever that is, when you really narrow in on what it is that you're conveying, you can get one of them zones where you could be out of there for hours and not know it. But when you come out of there, it's important that you get time for rest, because you're going to get the next download in that time of rest. But this is also really talking about the influence that you have on those around you based on what it is that you create. That is a superpower in itself. You could really pull somebody out the depths of depression or send them there at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to be mindful of. It's one of those things where with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I mean? Divorce. Oh, you getting into a reading. Do you want to? Is it time for a new beginning? Or is it time for the relationship to take a new turn? Is what you need to ask yourself at this time. Get yourself a nice list of questions, and if you can answer like 8 out of 10 of those, then you should be good with the relationship you're in. But just remember, there's 2 parties involved. One of the things I used to hate about some of my exes, they would plan the whole future and I wouldn't be in the fucking room. Like, my input has value too, you know what I'm saying? My influence, how I feel about things. That's a conversation where you address your needs in Aries season. What I want out of this, and is it being served? There's a list of questions before you even get to that part. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be sorry about anything. I'm gonna go on to Steven, but sometimes I get extra messages that I just pop in, y'all. All right? And yeah, that sounds like a reading kind of question, because there's a whole lot that goes into that. Steven, you got SNAP, the white mirror. What this is all speaking on, why we're getting so many Mayan cards, is because they want you to operate outside of the clock that we're accustomed to. They want you to do things in natural time, what's natural to you. If you don't get out of bed until 9, that's your natural state, that's more comfortable, that's natural time. It's not based on commercialism or capitalism, or when they say you should do things, you know, even to the age. They say you're too old for this or too young for this. It has nothing to do with that. Timing is everything. And you should be following your own GPS for that. Nobody can tell you when or how is best for you. Side note. Etznab, the white mirror. This is getting to the bottom of things. This is truth. This is really cutting through the illusion. The sword is symbolic of the tongue. This is through conversation. The mirror, people that you come in contact with are, it can go both ways, right? Where you are a mirror for others to see themselves, see something about themselves, so that they can learn about themselves in a certain way. Whether it's something you do or something you say. Most times it's what you do. It's the best example, right? But also people could be a mirror for you to cultivate character. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing. It's kind of like having the truth in front of your face, But is it the funhouse mirror, or is it the real thing? You know, is it the distorted view that people gave you, or is it the truth? So this is what this is. It's getting to the, it's people that are in your life right now are here for that purpose. So look at all the relationships that you have, especially the one with yourself, first and foremost, because that's who you're looking at when you look in the mirror, and seeing all the different aspects of yourself. The peaceful side, right? Then there's the anger. Then there's the joy. Then there's the depression. There's all these, we're multifaceted. The spiritual part, the mental part of ourselves. And looking at all those and seeing what's truly there in a truthful manner. Not the truth, your truth, your sword, your words. And then you got the magician. My God, you got everything you need to change the reality. If you don't like what's in that mirror, you have the power to change it. Kind of thing. And if it's flipped the other way, you have the power to help change other people's perspectives of how they see themselves. Just based on your actions, you know? Your virtues, whatever it is, your code that you live by. You feel what I'm saying? You got everything you need. The magician. He done went through all the classrooms. You feel what I'm saying? Went through all the classrooms already. Mastered the elements. That's what this is about. And you see this. You see the pentagram. That's the 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, and spirit or man. You know that Da Vinci joint with the head, 2 arms? That's Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. That's what your pentagram really is. That's what it really is. It's the culmination of all that in one. You're not lacking. So you have the ability to change the world as you see it. But in the truth. In your truth. You got to stand in your truth. Something bit the fuck out of me. Alright. Alright, makes sense? Sometimes some of these readings you gotta sit with it a little bit. It'll catch up with you. Especially if you're serious about that. Anybody else in the room want a little that hookah? Everybody say the smoke, I say hookah. You know what I'm saying? Just change the language up. Make it your own. You're welcome. You're welcome. And if you're willing to take a little time to just put a comment in there, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the currency is not monetary. And the greatest superpower that you can have right now, honestly, is gratitude. You start showing powers that be that you are in utter appreciation and gratitude for what you have and what you feel coming for you. It ain't gonna do nothing but give you more of that. You know what I mean? For you to pick and choose. You know what I mean? Jay's Creations, you wanted something? You said she's something going down right now, sir? You want to take a look at it real quick? And the thing about these readings, even if you don't tell the reader, if they're a good reader, they're going to find it anyway, but be very intentional with your energy, you know what I'm saying, of why you're even engaging with a reader. My job is to help you see that you have all that within you anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people, I don't want a doctor, I want a list of clients that I see every fucking 6 months. You feel me? I want you to be right within yourself so you don't have to come back for the medicine. You can create it on your own, you know what I mean? Now you come get a checkup, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hookah time, James. You said you wanted a car? Or are you good? The message itself in the beginning kind of spoke for itself about where we all as a collective, you know. New shit. A new you, a new perspective, a new relationship, a new job, hell, new pair of socks. It could be just the smallest thing that changes the vibration of how everything else flows, you feel me? So anybody else who wants cards, this is your last chance. I'm gonna pull out and get my work done. Well, I'm not even working. I'm just working on fancy. You know, I'm working on a comic book right now. All right, 2 cards for everybody involved. Damn, motherfuckers out here on the gondola. They out here on the gondola. Look at that shit. They out there chilling on the gondola. That's that new love shit right there. This is where you take a date. You don't get no motherfucking ducks over there. You get it in the gondola. You know what I'm saying? And serenade. Like, that's what's up. And if you down here in the southern states, you know them love bugs is out. They'll land on you and they getting they freak on. That's Aries energy all day. That's how you know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wearing a little bit less and everything. Draw on your wisdom so you don't make no mistakes out here and you can have a great summertime. You might get fucking married. You know what I mean? James, let me get you. Oh yeah, I see what you talked about. Let's see what that has to do with. This is meant to show you how strong you are at this time. It's also meant to get you out of a certain box that you've either put yourself in or other people have put you in. Whatever you said you were going through. How do I know that? You have, again, more Mayan energy. I haven't seen anything but Mayan cards for y'all. Natural time. Things are going to happen in their natural time. All right? With everything that we're talking about. This message is going to go deep because if you're still here and you had the, you know, with the families that we talked about, the people passing over, this is going to add on to it. In the Mayan perspective of things, death is an opportunity. Death is considered a change of address. You know what I'm saying? You just move from one state to the next state. It's never final. It's an opportunity to grow and balance things out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got. You're in the midst of new opportunities from the death of old ones. The way to connect with yourself, right? You do have a family in Ohio? I don't know if they're still there. I got family all over the damn place, bro. To be honest. I think Aunt Ruby's still out there. I haven't talked to Aunt Ruby in a while, but we've been in Ohio for family reunions and whatnot. Here's the kicker for you, Jane's Creation, is the Strength card. This is, however this death relates to you, what manner, you know what I'm saying? It could be a loved one, it could be just the death of part of you at the end of the day, right? Something old is leaving so something new can come in. And the process that you're going through is meant to make you stronger. It's meant to show you your own strength internally, most likely, you know what I'm saying? And once you're out here wrestling on the ground with folks, not that kind of strength, you know what I'm saying? This is your integrity being tested. This is your confidence, you know, your self-esteem being set to a higher tier, you know what I mean? We're not going to put the 50 pounds on there. We're going to put the 50 pounds plus 2 10s now, so we can test your limit a little bit, you know, get you into the next tier. Look at it that way, because you're going to see, if you can see in here, you know, you got all of these labels, you got all this that's going on. Doesn't this look like right now, you know, all the wars and, you know, shit dropping out of the sky? That's about the 8th one I almost got hit by. I did get popped in the head, I ain't gonna lie. But it's going to show you your strength. It's going to give you confidence. You're in Leo. This is a Leo energy in Aries season with Mars and Aries. That's a lot of fire. It's meant to show you something and get you closer to the edge to make the leap. You know, Aries season is the Fool at the end of the day. When you put the astrology with the tarot, that's the Fool. Taking a chance, taking a risk. And maybe that's what this opportunity is. A time for you to take a chance on yourself. Leap off the... Yeah, because there's all kinds of bark falling off. It's like this tree is shed the skin right above me, yo. This shit crazy. Yeah, and it's the fire horse here in the Chinese astrology, right? Fire, fire, fire on top of fire. Fire can warm, fire can purify, it can also burn the shit at you and take your house right out. You gotta be mindful how you play with this fire. Fire is passion, but you don't want it to lead you down where you're in the and down in the clinic and you really got burnt for real. You feel what I'm saying? Just got popped in the head, so somebody need to hear that. Probably my motherfucking ass, because they out here today, bro. They out here today. Oh, they out here today. They out here today. But focus. You're being offered a chance to do something for yourself. I say take the opportunity. What do you have to lose? Especially if you're already familiar with the old and what it has to offer. And if you don't like that, then it's really asking you to be very adventurous about this part. Very daring. Go outside of what you're usually accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that today. Like, I like coming here to the park, but I think maybe I need to go somewhere else and just explore a little bit and then come back here another time. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is a letting go. It is a letting go. It's a letting go of what you're used to, the way you're used to seeing it, you know, with the people passing over. I realized, you know, because at first it was real fucked up. All the people in my family that supported what I do as an artist, you know, just being me and being myself. I didn't go with nobody's program. Fuck that. The people who supported me the most in my family on both sides, they were the ones that were just passing away, dropping like flies. I was like, what the fuck? My grandmother, my aunt, my cousin, my aunt on the other side. All of them are on the other side. And I was like, is this some kind of sick joke? I'm left with all the motherfuckers that I gotta deal with on that level. You know what I'm saying? And then I took a step back and realized I got these motherfuckers 24/7 now because they're not confined to the human body. So you see how that perspective shit. It's like, all right, now your support system is with you 24/7. You ain't got to call. You ain't got to be there like every Easter, every Thanksgiving to see these motherfuckers. You got them whenever you need them. All you got to do is reach out and talk. 2 in the morning. You ain't going to call your grandma if they still alive. You know, 2 in the morning. But you can do it in the spirit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else want some of this hookah before we roll up out of here? But again, you know, don't down the shell of the caterpillar that you came out of. It's a part of your journey. You honor it. Even if it was a lot of foul shit that had to happen to get you to cocoon up and become the butterfly. You feel what I'm saying? It was all meant to show you a part of yourself, your resilience, your strength, your ability to think quick on your feet now. You know what I'm saying? Life is always going to put you in situations where you're forced to adapt and grow from certain things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? First time being on your own. You remember the first time you moved out to the parents' house and you had to be on your own. That's a whole nother experience. You feel me? Explain time. What do you mean by that? Yeah, but that you said it right there, James. Let go. Just let it go. Let it go. I just let go of a job recently. I was thinking about how I was going to keep moving on, but something in me always finds a way. And I did it this time by sitting still. I let it come to me. Right after all that happened, I just started getting clients back. I had repeat clients come back to me. I had new clients come to me for services, and not the small ones. You feel what I'm saying? And that's because the energy that was there in that old cycle was blocking that blessing from coming in. They don't want you around people that ain't worthy of that energy for you to get your shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If you shacked up with a deadbeat and you get an inheritance, what you think is going to happen to that inheritance while you're around that deadbeat? The motherfuckers is out of the way. You start to explore the world. That inheritance stays with you. You know what I'm saying? And your peoples, your father and all them, they're going to make sure that that's what's going on. They ain't going to let no motherfucker come up in your space unless you just that hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get that smoke the old-fashioned way. You feel me? Anybody else want these cards before we roll out? If not, I'll do a final message and we can go about our business. But I appreciate y'all, man. It was fun. I love what I do, and I can't do it without y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where my gratitude and my appreciation go through the roof. You feel me? And the fact that I could use the deck that I created, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's little shit for me. It's little shit for me. All right, closing messages for y'all. Oh, really good ones. Really good ones. You have the Queen of Spades, self-mastery. And she's in a yoga pose. Like I just told Jane, I want you to go beyond your limits now. I want you to stretch you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Last year, maybe you got the leg up right there or something, but now you can almost get it to your head. This is where they're trying to get you to. So they're going to have you go like, like breathe through it. And that's really some good advice. Whenever you're going through stuff, just breathe through it. Calm yourself down. This too shall pass. Self-mastery. We keep coming back to that Aries energy of self-mastery. What you do for others, you should be doing for yourself 10 times more. This way, when people do come to you for help, you got a whole lot to offer, right? You ain't sitting on that verge of burnout because you didn't put your energy too many different places, right? And then Tausi. She's one of the dark fairies that came out of the deck. Original channel. She's about community. She's a part of the story. Every card you see in the deck has somewhere in the book. You know what I'm saying? That's how I tied everything together. Now in the story, she is an advocate of the ocean, which means, like, in this age, this would be like going against people who pollute the water with, all the major companies. She would be fighting them. All the plastic that's in the ocean. Anything that disrupts the natural, overfishing, shit like that. She rocks against that as a cause. And because of that, all the creatures who on their own may not be able to take up arms become her armor. They become her weapons. They become her shield. They become symbiotic. This is the people who are around you. This is your community. Like I said, with that support, having the ancestors, this doesn't have to be all physical. They become your armor. They're the ones who advocate for you when you're not in the room with somebody talking shit on your name, right? Lying on you or something like that. Those are the people who refer you to other people. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who want to see you succeed and be the best that you can be. This is what Tahusi is urging you. Even though we're in a season of self, you're still going to come into new relationships. And with the wisdom of the past, you should have a better understanding of who's good for you right now and who's not. You understand what I'm saying? Surround yourself with these people and don't be selfish. Be one of these appendages for somebody else as well. You know what I'm saying? You could be the porcupine fish for a little bit. You know what I mean? You could be the stingray for somebody and their cause. So it goes both ways, because you remember, we're talking about energy. What you put out is what you're going to get back. You feel what I'm saying? So don't make it all about you all the time, is what I'm saying. Become one of these appendages for somebody else and get the blessings from their ancestors and their spirit guides. Look, there's some dumb people in this world right now whose spirit guides have been like, you know what, I'm done with it. They'll rock with you. Other people's ancestors and all that, they'll rock with you. Trust me. It's like anything else. As above, so below. You know what I'm saying? They'll rock with you. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Just being out here in nature. Every time I come out here, I take trash out of here. I don't give a fuck. Why do you think nature rocks with me the way it does? It's a relationship that I've been building for I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? But it's the little things that you do. When I come over here, I burn incense and resin. I'm giving back. I'm clearing the space. It's a relationship. Unseen, can't nobody see nothing. And this is why they say the revolution will not be televised. They'll never see it coming. It's always the punch you don't see that gets your ass, right? I'm just saying. Well, it's been a pleasure reading for everybody. It's been a pleasure and an honor reading for everybody here today. I hope it helps you. If you need more, you come back on the live. It's going to be donation then. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it. I know my worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a buck. But again, just like this card today, I felt like being an appendage for y'all because of what you represent in the world. You understand? We all got a part to play. You want the reading description box. You want a deck? I still got about 4 or 5 left. I got the big ones. I think I got one small one left, but I got the big ones. You see the size difference right here. They get mailed out all over. I got them in Canada, the Czech Republic, of all places, like the Czech Republic. That's a small win I got to chalk up. But again, build that confidence, build that courage to take that next step. Do what you've never done before. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, sir. Appreciate it, James. Come see me soon, huh? We're at the beginning. We're clearing, so they're 45 plus the shipping. So it'll probably be depending. If you're in the States, it'll probably be like 55 all around. But anybody tells you, I like to do it myself because I always put in extras in the package because I'm not so much in the realm of commercialism where it's so impersonal. You know what I'm saying?
What are you asking me?
Like you might be the one that gets the white feather this time. You get the feathers from the birds too, so something like this might pop up in your package based on the channel I get from when you order your deck. You know what I mean? It's all timing. It's all timing. Whatever I have, it tends to go out, and it's for a good reason. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. From Wyoming, that's what's up. Yeah, all my info will be on the page. It'll be in the description box of any video I have, even the live art. We might do live painting tonight for about an hour again too. And we just had conversations. You know, whoever shows up, and we just do what we do. Like those of y'all that write, take an hour to write. I just like to encourage mental health by people taking at least an hour to express yourself in some way. If not, it's just some great ASMR conversation. I talk a lot of shit. Share a lot of my own personal experience, blah, blah, blah. Whatever helps. You know what I'm saying? So pop on through the notifications. The art's usually at night.
I am poverty level.
There is no
I am also
time for the cards. Like I said, it's natural time. It felt like a great time to deliver this message. And judging by the response, perfect timing. So I'm listening more. You know what I'm saying? New sub, glad it came across my feed. Appreciate you. Wow. Chameleon. Okay, okay. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will talk to y'all later.